I'll start by asking, of course, this was based on a play. I was wondering if you saw the play before you got involved in the project, or if you've seen it since.
Yeah, I saw it because Johan is a friend of mine, so I went to see his new play, and immediately I was intrigued by it because it was so great that I thought maybe we could turn this into a movie. Because I'm always looking around for, when I read a good book or when I see a good play, I always think about, could this be turned into a movie? So that was my first idea, but immediately I had a reaction, how it's like too perfect on stage and I don't want to turn it into a bad film. So we'll not do that. But then it kept on haunting me, and then I think I saw it the second time. And I said, no, I'm not going to do it. And 6 months later, I decided to do it anyway, because it was just too good to not try it.
It must be a really enjoyable experience to take a play which is obviously quite very restricted and confined to being on stage and have the opportunity to be creative and expand this kind of universe, I suppose.
Yeah, but I mean, I was reluctant because I had so much respect for the play as well. So like I say, I didn't want to fuck it up as well. So there's the idea of creativity came after a while when I could, see the opportunities and doing it in a different way.
It's also like having Johan obviously on set, and he obviously wrote the play. Because I mean, I guess when you wanted to make decisions, or you were saying, was he a bit protective at all? Did he sort of very much respect your sort of directorial?
Yeah, he did. We're great fans of each other, of one another. So I think that helps. But the way he was generous about this is actually extreme. I mean, it's I don't see a lot of people being able to have other people work with their material in that way. I mean, he was really just go ahead, do it, do whatever you think is best. And when I went to him and showed him new drafts, he would always read and be supportive and never be negative. So that was incredibly generous of him. And what was really fun for both of us, I think, is when we started rehearsing, is that we discovered together another part of his character. He had played this theater play for, I think, 200 times. He knew the character inside out on stage. But then when we started rehearsing in front of a camera, we discovered another side of DJ, and that was really exciting for him too. So until the end, it stayed exciting for both of us, I guess.
I mean, the lead two performance is wonderful, but also Nell playing Mabel is wonderful. How did you sort of stumble across her? Because obviously she's only a young girl.
With kids, you have to do a lot of auditions and let the kids. You need to let them the time to evolve and to become better. Because usually the kids who are at the first audition, the most open and most eloquent, they don't. Usually they're not fit to play the role, because then they get bored very easily. Whereas now, she was very on herself, I would say. She was a little bit timid, but she was listening very good, and that's very important for a little kid to listen and to want to do it a third time or a fourth time or a fifth time or even the 20th time. Yeah. And we saw her, every time she came back, became better. And that's the key with child actors, I think.
Because I mean, this film sort of deals with such severe themes, and she's so young. How did you go about kind of explaining the context to her and kind of letting her know that she's playing a character that's going through, chemotherapy?
Just by being honest with her and with the parents, and having a psychologist also there to explain things. And we visited hospitals with her. And so she knew the reality, and on the other hand, she knew that she was just playing. That it was theater, that was supposed to be fun, and she had like the best summer of her life, because she really had fun all the time. She was playing a sick child, but she was playing. It was fun for her.
Because I mean, it's a really emotional film. It covers so many themes. You've got religion, family, death, for example. When you watch it back, are you able to be very moved by it, or are you almost too close to the project to feel that side of it?
It's it's still a hard film for me to watch over and over again. I mean, I'll watch half probably if I rewatch it.
Yeah. Which half?
The first.
And because I mean, was it quite difficult to envisage how this film was going to end up? Because when you were shooting it, the film was created with so many flashbacks. A lot of this is down to what's done in the editing suite. So when you were shooting it, was it quite tricky to kind of formulate how it would finish?
Yes, but it always is, and it's part of my filmmaking is really like knowing more or less where you want to go to, but enjoying the journey and seeing the moment you arrive, you'll know it when you're there. I mean, at some point the movie tells you that it's finished, and you know it. And while you're making it, you just add stuff and you try and make it better. But it's not an image that I have in my head that needs to be filled in. It's more the journey that's important for me.
And you must have been absolutely thrilled because this film has been selected as Belgium's entry for the Oscars next year. That must have been really great news for you.
Yeah, I'm really excited, and I really want to go and win it too.
Yeah. Because is it just me, or is Belgian cinema really going through a kind of golden age at the moment? Because this past year, Bullhead and Rust and Bone and Come As You Are and Our Children, there's been some really, and obviously some wonderful films coming out of Belgium. Is that something that you're sort of aware of in the film industry?
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about that throughout Europe actually. It's something that has been noticed, and we are also very aware of. But we don't want to, this is only the beginning, I hope.
And you're also really good at football at the moment. That must be quite exciting.
At football? Oh, yeah, we are.
Yeah. Brilliant. Well, thanks so much for your time. Much appreciated.
Thank you.